Hi everybody and welcome back to all my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, what's wrong with you? Anyway, uh, I've been still digging through a lot of the magazines I found on the Internet Archive, these old computer magazines. And one of the ones I keep looking and coming back to is Dr. Dobbs Journal, which is a programming magazine from the 70s and 80s. And I did a video on name checks, and one of the names that keep coming up in this is Steve Wozniak. Now, if you don't know Steve Wozniak, he's the guy who co-founded Apple Computers with that other fellow that nobody's ever heard of. Um, and Steve Wozniak is probably a bit of a genius, and as my friend always tells me, the only genius in Apple is in the marketing department. But actually, there used to be somebody who was very clever, and that's Steve Wozniak. And he did a lot of assembly programming, and a lot of this code that he wrote, he actually published in this magazine. And he's done, in this magazine so far, I found floating point routines and a disassembler for a 6502 processor and things. And he also wrote a game. And I'll just quickly show you that today. Um, he wrote this number game, which is basically Mastermind, but it is all written in 6502 assembly. So basically, the computer gets a 5-digit random number, and then you have to guess it. And it was interesting to me because he did limits of 0 through 7. Um, so that you could use the number sort of 8 or 9 to quit the program or cancel the input or whatever. Um, so here, invalid digit 8, it cancels the line. So the user could just put in an 8 to cancel if they'd made a mistake or they wanted to change their guess, which I thought was a really interesting and unique way to do it, because how does he determine that the number uh, doesn't come with an 8 or 9? Because the way that he does the number is he just basically counts until the user presses a key, and then that's the number. So the problem is, of course, I don't know enough about 6502 assembly programming to work out what's happening here, but I did think about redoing this in RISC V processor. Um, but the code is all here. Like, if you wanted to print it out and if you were that way inclined, you could look through it. It's got the cross-reference tables and all sorts of stuff. Um, and it's really quite a short program. It's not long, and you know. So I did think I should go through this and try and work out how he did it, because basically, if you're just counting numbers, in theory, you're going to get to 1999. Well, how does he limit this to 7? There must be some way in which he either skips those numbers or jumps past them or changes them um, once the number is stored. So it's an interesting program, and if anybody has any knowledge of 6502 assembler, it'd be an interesting thing to write again. I did a video on installing the 6502 emulator, and I was thinking I might have a go at trying to do this in the emulator, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. But that's pretty much it for me for now. I'm just a quick video showing you what I'm doing, and you know, just I find this stuff really intriguing. These old sort of magazines with all of this stuff in there. And if you're looking for programming exercises, there's quite a lot of programming exercises in these Dr. Dobbs journals. And write a mastermind game. Well, you could write that in C or C++ or assembler or whatever, or any modern language. You could write it in Rust or Go. But there's lots of programming exercises in these magazines that you could use or just get ideas from it. So I highly recommend scrounging through these. They're all freely available on the Internet Archive. So have a look at Dr. Dobbs Journal. Also, if you like these sort of short videos, please like and subscribe and share them around, and let me know that you appreciate them. Then I'll continue doing them. Or in the comments, let me know if you hate them, and I'll stop doing them. All right. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon.